Okay, so the first electrolytic is stuffed. One question that was raised was whether or not just letting this negative lead rest against the case would give a secure enough connection. So I thought, fair point. So what I did was I cut a tiny groove on the case here at this side, which is about half the diameter of the lead, and the lead is resting in it, but it's sticking up proud. So when I screw that cap down onto the chassis and pull it with the nut from the other side, it'll force that pin into contact with this. So hopefully we'll have a good contact. Okay, so that's that. I've redone the wiring to the Magic Eye. There were two resistors on the socket on the back, which had drifted way off value. One is a 2 meg resistor, which was measuring about 1.2 meg. The other one is a 1 meg resistor, which is measuring just under 700k. So I replaced both of those guys. So while doing that, I thought probably time I just quickly check the valves in the valve tester and make sure they're all okay. So I'll do that. Well, not the best of luck with the tubes and valves. The audio output is okay. It's weak, but it's okay. It just creeps up into the good. The two EF22s seem to be fine. The ECH21 is totally duff, internal shorts. The rectifier is completely dead, and nothing at all out of the Magic Eye. So, 3 okay, and 3 to be replaced. So I'd better, since I don't have any of these locking octal types, gotta go get some. Second electrolytic. And well, I was prepared for the worst, and well, this one just was no problem at all. Okay, I knew how to get the cap off, so I was able to do that more effectively, but the insides this time were somewhat more dried out and shrunken, and so I was able to lift the contents right out of there, no heat or nothing. So that's nice. So this is the cap. This is the top of the second electrolytic with the little hole drilled right down through it. So that when I poke the positive leg of the cap through, it comes through to the tag on the other side where I can solder to it. Okay, so while I'm waiting for spare parts, I have fitted a Molex onto this audio output cable, fitted a Molex onto the output transformer on the speaker, so we're all good to go when the time comes to connect these two guys up together. Speaker looks to be in remarkably good condition. It is excellent, so it may or may not be original. I don't know. It's got no markings on it at all. The only thing it seems to maybe have, I don't know if it's a date code or anything, but it has the numbers 18041 written on here. I doubt whether 41 is the year, because all the records seem to show this set came on the market in 44 or 45. However, the number 41 is written inside the cabinet as well, so who knows. Okay, so I'm going to be traveling for a while, and since I'm waiting for spare parts to come anyway, there's probably going to be a little gap before the next update. But it's coming along, and I'm pleased with what we've achieved so far. So some new parts have arrived for the Minerva, so we can get cracking on with that. So this was the old 0.5 microfarad caps. There's 2 of those. Here's the new one. So for now I'm just going to use these. I'll hold on to these old ones, and if I get the set all working and everything goes well, I may stuff these guys later, put them back in. But we'll see. Here was the huge 0.2 microfarad cap, remember, and here's the new one. So we'll save a lot of space with this guy, and I'll open this guy up just to see what it looks like inside. I won't be putting this guy back in, he's far too heavy and bulky. Since I've done all the capping, I didn't have a the correct value resistor to go. This guy here is supposed to be 2K, and it reads under it reads about 1.5. I didn't have a 2K of the right wattage, so just as a temporary, while I'm waiting for the others to arrive, I had a couple of 220 ohm 10 watt resistors, so I've just stuck them in series with this, and we're, you know, almost right on the 2K value now. So I'm just going to use this as a temporary, just to see if we can get this beast to fire up. So this is the power cord where it goes, which is bolted to the back panel. Then these are the two sockets here which go onto the pins here on the back of the chassis. It's held together, it's all bolted through the back panel with a bolt here, or with a bolt. So I went to just screw it on temporarily, only to find out that there's a shoulder on the bolt, which I think you can see here, to prevent you compressing the back panel too much, which is nice. However, I thought I need a shorter bolt just to temporarily hold this back panel on. But guess what? It's not metric, or at least it doesn't seem to be, because that's an M3, that's an M4, that's too small, that's too big. So the implication is this is an imperial thread, which is really weird, given this set was built in Austria or Switzerland, depending on exactly which factory they used. Curious. Okay, so first test is it's connected into the power variable bar transformer. No rectifier plugged in, so hopefully the only thing that'll be coming out of here is the heater voltage. And so we'll crank it up slowly. As I think I mentioned, I don't have the connectors for the dial bulbs, so I've just connected up one here temporarily, just to, if any, more than anything, to give me an indication that there's activity here. All the valves have been tested okay, so see what happens. Okay, we have glow here on the bulb. The drawing says 300 milliamp bulbs. I only had a 200 milliamp bulb, so it might get extremely bright. We'll see. Current is still fine. 100 volts. Oh, no smoky bang so far. So transformer's holding up. See if we get all the way up, because the transformer is set, the primary set for 250. So we got 150 volts. I'll take it up to, if I can, to what my main supply is, which is 235, and see how we're doing. I see filament glow on the tubes, so that's healthy. Current flow is still negligible. Here we are at 200 volts. Gee, that dial bulb looks okay. If I get to the 235 without doing damage. Okay, there we go, 235 volts. Okay, I'd say we passed the first test at this point. So I think we'll stick in the rectifier tube, and I'll stick a voltmeter on the B+. Okay, so here goes. Meter on the B+ here, and rectifier installed. We'll see if we okay, that's not good. We're up to 50 volts here and I don't see anything yet. Oops, here we go. Some's climbing. The only diagram I have says this should get to about 210 volts DC. So at this rate, this is looking like it'll overshoot, because I'm just coming up on 100 volts AC in. Certainly the AC current consumption looks fine, but I'm only just on 100 volts input here, and this is already up to 145. But this is a bigger set than the diagram I have, so see how we go here. Of course, I got the heater on in the workshop, so I can't hear if there's anything coming out of the speaker yet. And so far I don't hear anything. We do a wave change and see if it makes a crackle. Certainly don't hear anything coming from the speaker. Okay, so the voltage dropped down now that the valves are conducting, so that's good. Let's get it up there. 180 volts. 200 volts AC. I think I hear a speaker noise. Let me turn the heater off. Yep. We definitely have blowout of the speaker. All the way. So we're 200 volts AC and 191. It's got a 235. Oops, we got something's oscillating. If I take it above 200 volts, we start to oscillate. So that could be how I've routed some of the wiring in here. Although it's very minimal. You can just start to hear the oscillation beginning around here. Tidy up. I think that's probably not bad going for now, because I need to replace that resistor in the power supply, and generally tidy up a little bit. But the fact that we have blow and crackle out of the speaker, I think is pretty good. So the current consumption is fine, so it may be that because some of these caps I put in, I didn't quite route them the same way. Who knows? I'll try to keep all the wiring close to the metal though, so okay, I think we'll call it a quits to that. Okay, alright, that'll do me. Okay, I think I'll wait till I get the replacement resistors and tidy up, but there may be maybe a few more caps I need to change that I didn't change.